Hey Aries, welcome back to Natural Mystic Messages. This is your weekly reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising, and of course Venus, because here at Natural Mystic we love to love. Okay, now the energy for this reading is fluid. Put the story where it needs to go, if it's you, if it's your person, if it's someone in your vicinity, but hey, if it don't apply, let it fly. Don't try and squish it in and get all aggro at me. Now, this is what I am referring to as my thirsty month. It's where I'm blatantly, unashamedly asking you to please like my video and please subscribe. 2020 is my year of growth and I want you to grow with me. Okay, first off, we're shuffling. Oh, was that a flip? Yeah, it was. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay, let's see what else these cards have to say. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. You know what's weird? When the chemistry card first came out, I'm like, oh, it's new love. But I actually think this is a couple in separation, or a couple going through a really rough period at the moment, and sort of what has held you together and what keeps you coming back, and that feeling of this is never going to go away, no matter who we move on to, my mind's always with them, is that strong chemistry. It's that pull. If you are in separation at the moment, I feel like both of you are healing family issues, and you may have had a lot of things come up for you, because healing at the end of the day is a spiral. So you may have healed from these things and you're wondering why they're coming back up. It's because you sort of healed it at the expansiveness you were at the time, and then maybe meeting this person might have activated you and leveled you up a little bit, especially during a separation, and you're sort of coming back to it now with more awareness and sort of tidying up that cleaning. Where it says it's safe for you to love again, I feel like this healing that you're both doing is what's letting you know that it's safe for you to trust them again. Ooh, just had really bad posture for a second then. Some of you may need to work on your posture. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This tells me someone's coming back, but it's been a very slow progression. You kind of gave up hope that they were coming back. They definitely are. And this time around, I feel like they're not going to come in with that sort of superficial player energy, because Temperance is here. And it's telling me that you had this person, your person, the healing's been done and the fear has gone. Three of Wands. While you haven't been specifically waiting, I feel like you knew this person was coming back at some stage. You may have had your doubts and your moments, but you knew contact was coming in, because it kind of didn't feel final, is what Spirit's telling me. It didn't have that sense of, because it wasn't that you didn't love each other and that was the issue. There was just too much going on, or it was too much. It was too much love. And when those situations happen, where there's a separation, where it actually hasn't ended because of lack of feeling towards each other, you don't really know how to shut that off. All you can do is sort of turn a blind eye to it, turn a blind eye to the separation itself. And we have the Hanged Man. So it's kind of like I feel like the person you're dealing with has a different perspective. I feel like they kind of left very cocky, thinking, I'll get over this, I'll be fine. And you felt devastated, thinking that, because you still felt that strong connection. And I feel like they might have shut off to it and were very cocky, thought they'd feel great. And they can't figure out why they can't get you off their mind. And I feel like for a long time it made you think you'd lost your mind, that the connection that you were feeling wasn't actually there. It was, and you weren't losing your mind. It was very much as strong as you thought it would be. Knight of Wands. I have a feeling that you were dealing with someone who was very shut off to their emotions, who got their ego stroked through other people, through other women or men, depends if this person is male or female. They were the epitome of a fuck boy or fuck girl, basically. They may have been a little classier, but essentially that was what they were doing. Is if there weren't women doting over them or men doting over them, that they felt like they had no self-worth. They were also too scared, and they'd never admit this to you, but I'm going to tell you here right now, this is an exclusive. They were too scared to open up to you because of the power you had over them, and they felt like if they gave into that you would break them. So if anything, they sort of ran towards that life where they were just having very meaningless situations because it was so much less scary. I don't even think they could comprehend it for a long time. I think they just thought they were doing what they always did. But that was fear. That was ego, and that was fear. And they've since gone through some sort of situation. And it comes back to healing these family issues. They may have literally had some family issues pop up that has helped them gain perspective. I'm also hearing someone might have lost a family member that has helped them gain perspective. There is definitely something that's gone on, and this is specific to each of you, in their life, and you may not even be aware of it, that has helped them change perspective. Three of Cups. They're no longer, I also feel like they may have had like a party lifestyle, and they may have been getting too old to have a party lifestyle. You may be dealing with a Pisces. What else have we got while we're here? Sagittarius. Or an earth sign. Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And speaking of earth signs, we have Six of Pentacles. They're coming in, and they're understanding that they didn't give the relationship the chance that it should have had. So if it started to fall apart, they're realizing that a lot of that was on them. They were looking for issues that weren't there, and there wasn't an even give and take is what I'm hearing. So they're coming back with a fair heart is what Spirit's saying. Ten of Pentacles. They're coming back to... They're uncomfortable about it. They're very uncomfortable about it. They're nervous. They're nervous because they realise that they've got a lot of explaining to do. There's a lot of accountabilities for their actions, and I feel like this hasn't been something they've been great with in the past, is being accountable for what they do wrong. I feel like they're very quick to put the blame onto other people, and that's what they've done in the past with you. So even when they were running, I feel like they were saying to you, it's because of XYZ, and making you feel like it was your problem. They're coming to terms with that too. Like this is a lot of there is a lot of self-awareness going on for this person right now, which might be particularly painful, but very eye-opening. The Lovers. They're well aware that you're their person, but they know if they come back, if they even come back just to talk to you, they've got to be accountable for their actions. And I feel like they've coasted through their whole lives never having to be accountable, running from situations before they have to take responsibility for anything. But I feel like you were so hurt when this separation happened that you almost begged the universe for them to understand what they did to you and to feel that. And they are feeling that now, is what I'm hearing. Karmically, they're feeling the pain they put you through, which will be the catalyst for them contacting you, because it's almost like it's the only way out of that situation. We're going to go one more card from this deck. This is a very divine connection. This Lovers card, can I just show this to the camera one more time? How beautiful is that? Excuse my nails, I'm waiting for a new set. It's so stunning. I wish the colours could pick up. I've got really crappy recording stuff, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, last card. King of Pentacles. I really think you're dealing with an earth sign. He's grown up. She's grown up. This person has grown up, and it's in the face of adversity. Adversity. I'm sure I'm saying that right. The universe took them on a bit of a ride. It was kind of like, I'm getting shown, like Ebenezer Scrooge with the ghost of Christmas past. Like, I feel like they faced everything they put you through other relationships and other people, and they went through all those situations. They lived they lived them out, and they realized that by holding back and not letting you in, that they were doing themselves more injustice than they were from running. I think they thought they could fill the void, but after meeting you and having that void filled, they realized, or it became very apparent, that empty part in them, and no matter what they did, they couldn't fill it with anything else, and they just kept running and kept drinking and kept partying and kept seeing other people and jumping from relationship to relationship, hoping, but each time they'd get some reward, but it would be so short-lived, and that void just stayed empty and got bigger. Spirit's telling me it grew. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. They're coming back with a substantial offer, and a substantial, it's tangible, you can touch it. They want to build a new life, grow a new life. I feel like things you'd suggested in the past or hoped for, like moving in together and all those type of things, they sort of scoffed at or wouldn't even discuss with you. They're moving away from that old lifestyle, and because they've learnt their lesson. The High Priestess tells me they're awakening as well. Maybe not to the same stage you are, but they're starting to hear their higher self. Sort of a death of their 3D self. This is the Death card, and this is the High Priestess. Them coming up together really speaks of awakening, and them two coming out together really speaks of awakening. It's the death of that ego lifestyle. It's the death of, relying on material things and people, and, to feed you and feed your ego. It's like the ego's died, but been reborn spiritually. And it's because they can hear their guides and their inner selves. And I feel like they're also hearing you telepathically. They hear you thinking of them. Okay, so next two cards, we have the Eight of Wands. So this all happened for them very quickly. It was kind of very overnight. So if you're thinking, no, this person's never going to change, or it is going to happen pretty much overnight. If you're thinking this person's never going to change, it's going to be as much of a shock to them as it is to you. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which tells me it's very close. They're pretty much at the end of this cycle, and it's just going to bust out. So I just seen, remind me not to moisturize before I go on camera, or cards sticking to my elbows. I just seen 1331 on the counter, so 3s and 1s might be important to you, or the 13th or the 31st might be very important to you. We're going to finish this off with some more Oracle, and figure out what's coming in. 14 minutes, jeez, I got a lot out in that 14 minutes. Usually I'm waffling for a good another 10 minutes, but I managed to get your whole guy's message out so quickly. And I think that's just reflective on what I just said. The energy is going to be so quick. It's going to be overnight. It's almost going to feel like you're going to be sitting there thinking, or saying right now to your phone, they're not coming, this isn't my reading, this isn't happening for me, they're too stubborn, never in a million years would they ever awaken. And then in the next breath it's going to be like, oh, who knew? Like, it's just sudden, it's overnight. Okay, Spirit, can we have 3? Spirit's telling me 3. We'll have 3. There we go. New dawning. Something new is just about to begin, and you've passed through a foggy cloud. Sit tight and wait a little while. little while. That's what I mean. It's little while. It's coming in. Okay, there's our other two. If I don't drop all the cards. Okay, have fun. Time to party and a fun time ahead. And it was this reading where I said they were very passionate and energetic, wasn't it? Well, they are. And you're about to have a lot of fun and landing. Many people will be landing on your doorstep. A gathering party or anniversary is approaching in a few weeks. That could be when they're coming in as well. If you've got a birthday coming up or a social gathering, or you're going to see them at a social gathering. They may be friends of a friend. But it is aligning up for the universe to put you in each other's faces no matter how much you want to avoid it. Okay, we're going to go two of the Moonology. This is interesting. So, sorry, my throat chakra has been going crazy the last few days. It's all this energy. So they're showing me a sporting event. This person may play sport, or you are both passionate about the same team, or they're very passionate about a team, and you both have to end up there at the same time. Okay, your dreams need a practical plan, and be bold and make the first move. So if you do see them out in public, don't be scared to go talk to them. This one here, your dreams need a practical plan. Some of you are feeling very anxious about what lies ahead and where you're going to take your life and whether you should be in the job you're in and all those type of things. Spirit's just saying sit down, write it out, see what comes. We're going to pull 8 of Cups. Okay, so we've just sidetracked into a whole new story here, but some of you may be wanting to leave a job or walk away from something that's just sort of, you're not getting treated the way you should, you're not happy there anymore, it's not suiting your hours, you may have kids to bring to school and all that type of stuff. Spirit saying, first of all, get your resume in order, send that out, and also write down what you want to be doing and where you want to be going, and have a practical plan, as the cards say. Okay, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? They keep bringing me back to this sporting event. It's like hockey. It's seasonal. Interesting. Or you met at a game, or it's something you'd like to do together. I think someone's going to get tickets. They're going to message you. They've got tickets. That's how they're going to come back in. Is they're going to ask if you want to come. Either way, it's up to you what you'd like to do, Aries, and where you'd like to send this situation. It feels like there's been a lot of rockiness and heartache in the past, but I do feel if you trust this person and it's something you want, that you're able to work past it. On that note, I will see you all again next week, Aries. Please like, please subscribe, comment below if this resonated, and thank you.